Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and as I kick off these Superman and Batman movie reviews, starting with the original four Superman films, now here's my review of Superman the movie. So, yeah, this was a really good movie. Yeah, never really been that big in the Superman films, but yeah, this one is really good. This is kind of better than I expected. I did before when better than I remember when I've watched it before. Yeah, I've watched this film before, and yeah, this is better from what I remember of it after watching it now. Yeah, it is a really good movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a real entertaining movie. Yeah, I mean, performances are pretty good in this. Yeah, you have Christopher Reeve. There's Gene Hackman, Marlon Brando, Margaret Kidder. Yeah, there's them, and yeah, the effects in this movie, while kind of dated today, they still do look pretty good for the time. I mean, this movie came out in 1978, so yeah, it is. The effects are, I guess, good for the time. Yeah, yeah. This movie, if I would say things are well, I shouldn't really say bad in this, but there are some things in this movie that are just kind of too abrupt, really. Like, there's when Jor-El sends Kal all the way to Earth to save him from being destroyed on Krypton, but it's so abrupt. Like, there's no real build up to it, really. Like, just like, it's right at the beginning of the movie where Jor-El is talking to, like, the other council members of Krypton on. And yeah, I mean, it's just like there's no build to it. I mean, I I think it was done better in like the first episode of Superman the Animated Series. Like there's actual build up to like the destruction of Krypton, and Jor-El sending his son off to Earth. I mean, yeah, I think it was better set set up in the animated series than it was in this movie. And yeah, there's also the part where Jonathan Kent he just dies. I mean, it's so sudden out of nowhere. I mean, it's just like he's doing just fine, and then all of a sudden he just collapses and he's dead. Yeah. So yeah, a couple of things that are a little too abrupt. Yeah, and plus also this movie probably has the dumbest thing out of all of the Superman films. And yeah, of course that's when he is flying around the Earth and spinning it backwards. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Nostalgia critics talked about it. But yeah, I mean, the moment makes no sense. Yeah, so yeah, it's stupid, but still overall, I do think that this is still a pretty good movie. I would probably give this 3.5 stars out of 4. Yeah, this was really the first real big superhero film ever made. Because yeah, before this, I mean, what actual like real superhero films stand out that came out before this? I mean, there was the Adam West Batman movie, but yeah, I think the newer the ones that I have I'm including in these reviews. I think those really overshadow it, and people really think of the Superman movies that I'm going to review throughout the month than they do about the Adam West movie. So yeah, there's that. So this was really the first like big superhero film that was made. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, for a long time, people could make a strong case that this was the best superhero film ever made because yeah, this was before stuff like the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, this was way before any of those. So yeah, during the time, yeah, like this was like for a while the best superhero film made. People have usually made a case that the best superhero films of like the 1900th century was either like this film or Tim Burton's Batman. People have made cases for that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, now with all the like the newer superhero films out, this one really doesn't stand as the best one anymore. But yeah, this is still a really really good movie. Yeah, I like how this film opens up. I like how you show like there's actually one of the Superman comic books, and it just shows like the pictures of that, and it says a kid explaining about Superman. Yeah, yeah, I like how it opens up, and yeah, of course, there's also the awesome John Williams score for the opening. There's the Superman theme song. Yeah, this is like a really great score. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, really really good movie. Yeah, I really do like it. So yeah. All right, so let me just get right into it. Yeah, so the movie opens up, as I said, with like a comic book opening up and a kid like talking a little bit about Superman, and then yeah, we have the opening titles in space, and yeah, it has the titles either zooming in or zooming out. Yeah, yeah, and then it cuts to a Krypton where Jor-El is trying to convict some um, guys that attempted insurrection, who was General Zod, Ursa, and Nan. And yeah, then the council sentences the three of them to the Phantom Zone. And then yeah, Zod swears revenge on Jor-El and his family. Yeah, and then yeah, Jor-El then just so abruptly he is trying to convince the council that the sun is becoming like supernova and Krypton will be destroyed, but he doesn't succeed to convince the council. And yeah, the council prohibits Jor-El from trying to do anything to uh, convince people to evacuate Krypton or something, or else if he does, they'll consider what he's doing insurrection as well. You know, so yeah, but Jor-El was desperate to save his son Cal. Oh, so yeah, Jor-El then and launches off Cal in a spacecraft, which yeah, I should also probably say that the design for that spacecraft it did look kind of over the top. I mean, it just looked like a giant pointy star. I mean, yeah, I mean it didn't really look much like a spacecraft at all. But anyway, yeah, then he launched Cal off to Earth. Earth, yeah, and yeah, and because of Earth having a suitable atmosphere here, Cal's molecular structure will be able to give him the superpowers there. Yeah. And then, shortly after Cal was launched into space, then Krypton Sun then exploded and it destroyed Krypton in the process. Yeah. And it showed Cal flying to Earth, and it kind of like showed him briefly growing up, and yeah, it showed him as a 3 years old when he crashes down to Earth in Smallville, Kansas. And then yeah, he was found by Jonathan and Martha Kent. And yeah, Martha wanted to keep him, but Jonathan felt that they should try to find his quote unquote real family. And so yeah, they were like kind of indifferent about it. But then, and after they saw he was able to lift their truck, like after like they were trying to fix it after they like swerved and crashed, they then decided to keep them and raise him on their farm. Yeah, and they decided to, of course, name him Clark, or because that was Martha's maiden name. Yeah. Then it cut to years later. By the time Clark was about 18 years old, and then on the farm, his Jonathan was telling Clark that he must be on Earth for a reason. Yeah. Yeah. And then, all of a sudden, then, Jonathan just collapsed and, yeah, he ended up dying. Yeah. Yeah. And shortly after his death, Clark saw in a barn that there was a glowing green crystal, well, that Jor-El had put in the spacecraft before launching him. And then, yeah, Clark ended up finding that. And yeah, then Clark then decided that he had to leave home and he had to travel up to the Arctic, which he did. And then, yeah, then and he threw the green crystal, which then it ended up creating the Fortress of Solitude. Dude, yeah, then inside the fortress, Clark then and found like a vision of Jor-El. Then Jor-El was telling Clark who he really and yeah, he was telling him about his powers and responsibilities, and yeah, he was just telling him that he is a Kryptonian, and even though he's been raised by human beings, he isn't one. Yeah, and then yeah, Jor-El was just lecturing Clark all about his powers and everything. Yeah, and then and yeah, then we finally saw Clark becoming Superman. Yeah, but he wasn't in yet officially named Superman here. Yeah, and then 12 years later, Clark was all grown up, and yeah, and now he had like full powers, and now he's a reporter at the Daily Planet in Metropolis. And then yeah, that's when he meets Lois Lane, and and yeah, she's ended up one of his co-workers, and yeah, and Clark also has his boss Perry White, who's played by Jackie Cooper. Yeah, 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 and yeah, Clark is like wanting to uh, have a have a relationship going with Lois. He's always trying to ask her out, but she's just always so busy. But yeah, they do have like a friendship going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we then see like two detectives that are trying to chase down the I don't know criminal Lex Luthor. Yeah, and yeah, they split up. One detective ends up in like a train tunnel or something, but Lex Luger was. Oh, did I say Lex Luger? Lex Luthor. Sorry. Yeah, then Lex Luthor ended up like he was actually in the control center for the train station or something. Yeah, and then he ended up pushing the detective right in front of the train, and the train ended up running him over. And yeah, then we were just introduced to Lex his henchman Otis, and his girlfriend Eve, Techmaker, Techmaker. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then one day when Lois is leaving work, one night she like ends up in a like she's trying in a helicopter, and then the helicopter ends up in an accident, and yeah, and the helicopter was just hanging off the side of a building, yeah, and then like Lois was like on the end, like she was like about to fall off, and she was trying to prevent it, and then Clark saw it, and then yeah, then we like saw his big reveal to the people. He opened up his suit, and it revealed the Superman outfit, and then yeah, then the change, he like ran through one of those spinning door things, yeah. Then he ended up rescuing Lois and prevented the helicopter from falling. Yeah. And then on that same night, he like did other forms of saving or helping. Yeah. He prevented a robbery from a jewelry store. Yeah. He stopped up to a cop chase and helped them capture some robbers. he saved a girl's cat from a tree, and he rescued Air Force One, and yeah, he was just doing a bunch of stuff to help people. Yeah. Then the next day, a a Perry wanted to know more about this Caped Wonder, and yeah, tries to. Then he tells Lois to try to find him and interview him and all that. Yeah, and then one night, then Superman then visits Lois Lane at her home, and yeah, she tries to interview him, and yeah, she was just asking him all the like a bunch of stuff. It was an interview process, just asking him questions, where he's from, how old he is. Yeah, just yeah, your usual interview questions. Yeah, yeah, and then and yeah. Oh, I should also mention, yeah, something else that I don't like about any Superman movie is just the dumb idea of having the glasses hide his identity. I mean, yeah, like Nostalgia Critics said, it's stupid, alright? I mean, did the glasses really, like, hide his identity? I mean, if you take off the glasses, that's it. I mean, would you. That's it. I mean, how do they not realize it's him? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that you could see that if they take off their glasses, you could, like, still tell it's them. I mean, are the glasses really that great of a disguise for Clark Kent? I mean, yeah, just like Natasha Critic, I think it's really stupid too. Alright, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, back to that. Back to this review, yeah. Then, yeah. Superman then takes Lois flying over the city, yeah. Yeah. He was just, yeah, first he was flying her around the city, and then, yeah, he was holding on to Lois side by side, and yeah, he does a bunch of stuff. He was, like, slowly, like, giving her less support, and yeah, but what I don't understand is that Lois was just, like, exactly, like, right side by side with Superman. I mean, don't you think that since she can't fly, I mean, she'd be dangling down? Yeah. And then, yeah, then Superman then just ended up supporting Lois with his fingertips and then just let go. Then Lois, like, falling down a little bit, just then Superman swooped down and stopped her from falling, yeah. Then he eventually took her back home, and then she decided to name him Superman. Yeah. And then Lex Luthor decided of a plan, and he decided to a way he could like make a fortune in real estate is he could have a large amount of desert land, and by diverting nuclear missiles into the San Andreas Fault, and that it would sink California and make his desert the new West Coast. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, he decided to launch missiles in two separate places. He says, yeah, Otis first like redirects the first rocket. Yeah, and Eve then changed the course of the second missile right to yeah, and then the military ended up like being distracted by Luthor's own robot. Yeah, and then Lex Luthor was knew that Superman may be able to stop him, and then yeah, he then lured Superman and underground, and then he exposed him to kryptonite, and yeah, then yeah, Superman then ended up like weakening, and yeah. And then yeah, Lex Luthor then like had a chain necklace with the kryptonite, and he put it around Superman's neck. And yeah, he told Superman the first missile was a decoy and it was actually heading towards New Jersey. And yeah, he knew that Superman wouldn't be able to stop both missiles in time. And yeah. And then yeah, Eve was just like she was horrified by it because New Jersey was actually where her mother lived, but Lex Luthor didn't care. Then he like, threw Superman into water and just left him to die. And then yeah, but Eve was aware of Superman and his reputation to keep his word, and yeah, she then saved Superman, and if he would stop the New Jersey missile first, which, yeah, Superman and did had to save the New Jersey from the missile first. Yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, he diverted the New Jersey one into space. And then, yeah, but then he saw that the westbound one and detonated in the San Andreas Fault. Well, yeah, 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 and yeah. Then he saw that the aftershocks of the missile were devastating. Yeah, and yeah, he went around to save some others from being destroyed. Like, but yeah, Lois's car or ended up just falling into a crevice that opened from the aftershock, and yeah, then it just caused a cave in into her car, or with dirt and debris, and yeah, it ended up suffocating her to death. Yeah, and then Superman saw that Lois's car are in the crevice, and yeah, he ended up pulling the car out and saw Lois's dead body, and then yeah, then we have the very dumb moment that makes absolutely no sense, where he just snaps and yeah flies around the Earth several times to make it time travel back in time before the missile hit, so he would be able to save Lois from the other missile. Well, yeah, like I said earlier, Nostalgia Greg's already talked about that. I mean, it makes no sense for so many different reasons. Yeah, I won't like really quote him what he said in his video of the top 11 dumbest Superman moments. Yeah, go watch that video if you want and see why it doesn't make sense at all. But anyway, yeah. And then he was able to save Lois, and yeah. Yeah, and then after he was just saved Lois, then he went and he turned Luthor and Otis over to the police. And had them arrested. Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, he then thanked Superman. And then yeah, Superman just flew off into the sunrise, and that's how the movie ended. So yeah, 3.5 stars out of 4. Or yeah, really, really good movie right here. Yeah, even though it does have its flaws, I was like, the good definitely does outdo the bad in this movie. Alright? So yeah, that does it for my review of Superman the movie. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And yeah, stay tuned for more reviews coming throughout the month. So yeah, alright, so yeah, anyway, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.